Hello everybody, it's Storytime Alec here today with a reaction video. Today I will be reacting to the Sanctum of Domination raid finale that was released on wowhead.com. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and without further ado, let's get into the video.
We already have what we need!
Too long I endured the Maker's flawed design. I will forge a new reality where all shall serve.
I will never serve.
Still chained by mortality. You did help restore something stolen from me. Allow me to repay you in kind. To their mercy. Come, be the first to witness reality's end.
Cannot let him reach me.
Okay, well, let's start off at the beginning. I think we all saw this part coming. Like, ever since the first data mine models between the Arbiter and Zoval. We saw Zoval having the empty hole in his chest. We saw the Arbiter with the hole that had the orb inside of her chest, so I think we put two and two together pretty early. I don't think this is much of a surprise, Zoval getting his orb back. But I think what does surprise everybody is that he looks like this now. Like, what is this? Like, I think we were all hoping for the OG model, the one with the beard and everything, the one we got in the art pictures. You know, I don't think anybody was looking for this. So I was a little disappointed on that. It's a great art design, but you know, the designer team did a great job with it. But it's like, it's kind of anticlimactic. And then I think a lot of us were also expecting Sylvanas to do the whole redemption arc thing. I think we all saw that a mile away. You know, given Blizzard's track record. But interestingly enough, when Zoval's giving his whole victory speech and whatnot, he says all shall serve, and then it repeats him saying serve again. But he's followed up twice by two different voices. One sounds like Lich King Arthas, and one sounds like DK Arthas from Warcraft 3, but it's a... You know, so I think that's Sylvanas remembering her past. She's finally realizing that she's the biggest fool in the entirety of the WoW universe. Because the first two times, she didn't have much of a choice. Like, under Arthas, she was risen from the dead and enslaved. Same thing with the Lich King, who was Ner'zhul at the time. I mean, she got free before Arthas put on the helmet, but the voice wasn't too different. So between Arthas Lich King and Ner'zhul Lich King. So I think that was just her hearing her former masters, the ones who basically put her in this living hell that she claims to be living in. So I think this is her realizing that, yeah, she screwed up. And, she tries to shoot Zoval. A lot of, good job, Sylvanas. Good job. I mean, he just caught your arrow like a Chad. And, she's saying she'll never serve now. I'll be honest. I thought Zoval was going to kill Steel right there. Goodbye, Sylvanas. But instead, we get this. Now, I was actually surprised about this because he's pulling out this little soul portal thing there, and he pulls out a soul gem, and it appears that this is what contains the other half of Sylvanas' soul, or did contain, since he crushes it. So it kind of confirms what we've already been told. When one uses a Mournblade and kills somebody in anger, it has the potential to split their soul in two. And that's what happened to Uther. So it looks like that's what happened to Sylvanas also. And this is Zoval returning that piece of her to her, even though she betrayed him. So I think this is just her little setup for a redemption arc, because, she gets her soul back. Oh, I'm enlightened again. It was because my other, my good half was gone, just some bull like that. But so I think she's being set up for a redemption arc right here. And let's see. You can't really see it too clearly when you look at it. It looks like the outline of her soul is still kind of the outline of her current armor, so I don't think there's any difference. Like, I think it would have been more impactful if the soul looked more like her as a Ranger General, but it's a small detail. And then, instead of enslaving Bolvar, Jaina, and Thrall, he lets them go. Tells Anduin to come along, because Anduin's this guy, but leaving Sylvanas at our mercy, and he just yeets out. But curiously enough, Anduin drops his compass, or his father's compass, and it makes a small, actually, no, it's actually a big connection. It makes a big connection between Anduin and Arthas, because we know from Wrath of the Lich King that Arthas dropped a locket that he held on to even as the Lich King, a memento of sorts of his past, a link to his humanity, the idea that he wasn't, in fact, irredeemable like many of us thought he was, that there was still a shred of humanity left within him. Now, I wonder if this is kind of a breakaway. This is Anduin discarding the compass, showing that he is beyond redemption. He has shed his humanity entirely. Or will Jaina and Bolvar, will they realize what this is? That this might actually be Anduin giving up? Or that this is their way in, their way to alleviate Anduin of Zoval's control over him? Could be either. Could be both. They could realize that Anduin is giving up, but in fact this is the way to bring him back. Or this is Anduin leaving behind a breadcrumb saying, I'm still in there. Who knows? We'll just have to wait for more content to be released before we can figure that out. But, and we get this. Sylvanas is left at our mercy. She has her soul being whole again, and she passes out. So Personally, I think she's going to get a redemption arc. I know some people are thinking it's going to be a repeat of War Crimes, which I really, really hope that does not happen. It could happen, but I really hope it doesn't. I think, given Blizzard's track record, they're going to do the one thing that just about nobody wants them to do. Sylvanas is going to get a redemption arc. She's going to be made out to be the misunderstood, morally gray character, blah, blah, blah. And we're all going to be mad. Blizzard's going to be smiling because they know better than their own player base. The end. Now, I could be wrong. Miracles do happen. She could die. She could croak right there on the platform at Oribos. I'd take it. I would take that over a redemption arc. I would take her being in a prison cell and her head randomly exploding over a redemption arc. But Blizzard's track record has taught me not to, put a whole bunch of stock in them actually doing something that will make everybody happy. So I think they're going to do the thing that makes everybody mad. I mean, of course, you've got the simps out there who are like, oh, my queen. But we can only pray that Sylvanas will croak. But let's see. I think that just about covers all I want to talk about with this video. I can't really think of a whole lot else to mention. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And there is a link to my Discord if you want to join the Discord. I'm fairly active in it. Have any suggestions for content, you can put it there if you want, or you can put it under the video. Yeah. Without further ado, thank you for watching, and I'll end the video.